Alrighty guys, so Golden Frieza and Android 17 just got announced, and they look very good animation wise and very good kit wise, okay? But today we're going to be breaking down best team equips and whether or not you should summon. I already did a breakdown video, so you guys can check that out if you want to see what their kit is looking like. But first I want to talk about teams. It's going to be different than usual. So when it comes to teams, I actually have no team set up here because they actually don't really have a team. And that sounds like it's bad, right? But the one thing is they are a support type unit and looking like a very good support type unit at that. And if you've seen in the past, support type units, you can literally just leader slot onto any team. So I think even now, with the way everything's going, I think you are still fine. If you end up summoning, I think it's still fine because you literally just leader slot them on any team, and they will definitely provide value, because we've seen this plenty of times with Android 13. You literally, if you had no idea who to put, you put Android 13 in the team just because. But these guys, I mean, of course, you can go look at the breakdown video, see exactly what they do, but they look incredibly strong. So as of right now, they don't have a full team, but they eventually will. So just keep that in mind. So, but yeah, when it comes to teams, that's really all I can say about that. But let's move on to equips. Alright, I'm going to mention this equipment, but this equipment only is if you're running another universe rep character. So this isn't going to be good for a bit. I would say probably for the next 2 weeks until we get the next character for universe reps. But regardless, whenever we get that, this equipment's going to be very good. Slot 1 base strike attack, slot 2 base strike attack and strike defense, slot 3 special move damage and slot, and 10% of pure strike attack universe rep. Other than this character is a battle member. Technically, you could run Vados, and actually Vados is a good support, I would say. I think she's probably the best support. Or not support, a free-to-play character we got in a minute. So it could be, we could run a crazy setup, just have double support on a character, whatever, if you want. But for the most part, you won't be able to get this off. We have this equipment. This equipment is really good. Slot 1 base blast attack, slot 2 base strike defense and blast defense, and then slot 3 more blast attack. So we're at like 33% blast attack, base blast attack, and then special move damage plus 20%. That's where the crazy part comes. The special move damage 20% is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. I think this might be almost a must run, but this is this one. Alright, so we have this equipment. Slot 1 special move damage plus 15%. That's a lot of special move. Slot 2 base strike attack, base blast attack 20% on both, and then base health on slot 3. I think this also could potentially be a must run. The one thing to also keep in mind, I'm not sure. I mean, of course, you have to go look at the breakdown video first, but I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be offensive, if you want to build them offensively or defensively. But this is more of a balance of that. It's a base health and then it has a stats as well. I think regardless, still very good equip. Alright, now we have this equipment. This equipment is, I would say, not insane, but it's decent, I would say. Slot 1 base blast attack and base key recovery. Slot 2 base blast attack and special move damage. And then slot 3 is more blast attack and base health. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, this is how it goes, right? Yeah. This equip isn't the most insane, but slot 1 base blast attack, slot 2 base strike attack, slot 3 base health. It has an option of 2, so base health and then base strike attack, and another one's base health and base blast attack. I'm not sure which side they're leaning onto yet, so when the time comes, in terms of stats, I don't know if they're a blast oriented character or strike, or if they're equal stats. But only time will tell, but depending if they're which one's higher or lower, you want to put the one that has the higher stat, of course. Alright, but that's the equips for now. I would say there's more equips, but as of right now, there is no, like, they require teams that are not built at this current time. But there will be a time where the teams start to get better, and these equips will be probably mentioned in probably the other universe rep characters released. But for the most part, I will say this: when it comes to summoning, I would wait 2 days, a day or two. But if you pull the trigger instantly, I still think you're gonna get a ton of value, because in the recent times, support type characters, actually in general in this game history, support type premium units have aged phenomenally. You look like an Android 13, you look at Android 17. He's not a support type character, but he was more so supporting the team. You look at Beerus' Zenkai in the beginning of the game. Look at LF Frieza, Force Form Frieza. Every single one phenomenal. So, and these guys do a little bit of everything, so we don't know how much, we have to see how much damage they do, how much tanking they have. But if they do damage on tanking, I think it might be a must summon, because their support already looks insane, and overall their kit just overall looks really good. But Alright, let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know if this guy helped you guys. We probably will get more equipments for these guys tomorrow, I would imagine. So, there'll be more equips there. But for now, this is what we have. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.